Thailand has proposed building a 128-kilometer-long canal across itself, bypassing the Malacca Strait, saving 1,200 kilometers in travel distance and allowing Chinese vessels to avoid the US military presence near Singapore. Currently, most ships traveling between the Indian and Pacific Oceans pass through the Malacca Strait, a thin body of water between Indonesia and Malaysia. Every year, around 90,000 vessels transit the strait, carrying 1/3 of global trade, worth $3.5 trillion. However, at its narrowest point, the strait is less than 3 kilometers wide, making it very congested and prone to shipping accidents. In addition, it is plagued by piracy. Meanwhile, 1,100 kilometers to the north, the isthmus in Thailand is only 62 kilometers wide. Because of this, visionaries have imagined excavating a canal across Thailand, bypassing the Malacca Strait. The proposal was first introduced in 1677 by King Narai the Great of the Ayutthaya Kingdom, but was discarded as impractical with the technology of the time. In 1793, it was reintroduced by King Rama I's brother, and in 1858, King Rama IV granted the British permission to build a canal. However, daunted by the region's mountainous terrain, they soon abandoned their plan. Then, between 1862 and 1882, various French proposals were submitted to Kings Rama IV and V. These concerned the British, who feared an expansion of French influence and wanted to protect Singapore's role as a maritime hub. So, in 1897, they signed a secret convention with Siam, which prohibited the construction of a canal without British consent. Over the following decades, the British continued impeding any efforts to build a canal, and in 1946, they once again signed a treaty with Thailand, prohibiting its construction. However, in 1954, Thailand revoked the treaty, and in 1965, Singapore gained independence, removing any British foreign interests. Over the following decades, the proposal was considered numerous times, and then in 2005, China entered the picture. They introduced a canal concept, expressed interest in funding it, and over the following years, continued discussions with Thailand. Then, in 2015, Thai and Chinese companies signed a Memorandum of Understanding in Guangzhou, China, to build the project. There are several proposed locations for a Thai canal. However, the most popular would stretch 128 kilometers between Chiang and Songkhla, Thailand, uniting the Andaman Sea and Gulf of Thailand. It would be 450 meters wide and 25 meters deep, and would be constructed entirely at sea level, requiring no complex lock systems like at the Panama Canal. It would cost around $28 billion, would require roughly 30,000 laborers, and would take 10 years to construct. The Thai Canal is a massive mega-project that, as described later, would stir up regional tension between the US and China. That's why I've partnered with today's sponsor, Conflict of Nations. Conflict of Nations is a free online PvP strategy game where you take control over a country during World War III and fight up to 128 other players in real-time games that can take weeks to complete. In it, you can declare war, forge alliances, research new technology, collect resources, mobilize units, and fight in epic battles to take over the world. The entire game structure and user interface is amazing, and as someone who loves strategy games, I found it incredibly fun. To play Conflict of Nations and help the channel, please click the link in the description and get an exclusive gift of 13,000 gold and 1 month of premium subscription for free. This offer is only available for 30 days, so act quick. Thank you, Conflict of Nations, and now back to the video. A Thai canal would generate several key benefits. First of all, it would cut travel distances by up to 1,200 kilometers, equal to 3 days worth of sailing time. This would save a 100,000 deadweight ton oil tanker as much as $350,000 per trip in fuel costs, reducing annual global shipping costs by hundreds of millions of dollars. It would also allow the Thai Navy to quickly move its ships between its east and west coasts, increasing national security. In addition, the project would boost the region's rural and relatively undeveloped economy, create jobs, attract investment, and help transform Thailand into a global logistics hub. And by establishing a new shipping route, it would redirect marine traffic along the coast of Vietnam, helping increase traffic and development at the country's ports. Furthermore, by reducing fuel usage, the project would help lower CO2 emissions, positively impacting the environment. Maybe most importantly though, the project would provide significant strategic benefits for China. Currently, China imports over 70% of its oil supply through the Malacca Strait. If regional conflict were to erupt, the US allies in the region could enact a naval blockade on this oil supply, debilitating the nation's economy. In order to secure its fuel supply, China has been searching for new, secure routes to import its oil. One of these is the Thai Canal. That is why China has expressed interest in funding, constructing, and managing the project as part of its global Belt and Road Initiative. While the Thai Canal would generate several benefits, it would also come with a host of issues. First of all, its excavation would displace an estimated 60,000 people in more than 90 villages, while destroying thousands of hectares of forests and plantations. In addition, the required ocean dredging would wipe out coastal marine ecosystems. Furthermore, the project would physically divide Thailand. The country's southernmost provinces, which are primarily Muslim and ethnically Malay, are home to numerous insurgent groups who are fighting for an independent Muslim state. By excavating a canal just north of them, the Thai government would essentially be cutting them off from the rest of the country, allowing them to expand their movement. Moreover, in order to compete with the incredibly efficient system at Singapore's Tuas megaport, which is currently under development, the Thai Canal would need world-class trade financing, bunkering, warehousing, logistics, maintenance, and repair services, all of which would cost billions and take years to complete. And even if they did successfully establish these, by diverting traffic away from Port Klang in the Port of Singapore, the project would create tension with Singapore and Malaysia, two of its closest ASEAN allies. Lastly, the project would place Thailand in the middle of a global geopolitical rivalry between China, the US, and India. By destroying its strategic advantage over China, the project would frustrate the US, and by giving China the ability to project its naval power on the Andaman Sea, the project would irritate India. Not to mention, the project would likely be managed by China and would put Thailand into billions of dollars of debt, creating an imbalanced power dynamic. Due to all its issues, the Thai Canal has faced serious resistance. While it has been heavily promoted by the Thai Canal Association, a group of retired military generals and businessmen, and lobbied for by Chinese companies, in February 2018, the Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha declared that the canal was not a government priority. Then, on January 16, 2020, the Thai House of Representatives agreed to set up a committee to study the project. However, 8 months later, and their conclusion was released. The canal would be an economic liability, could increase southern separatism, would generate very little revenue, and would put the nation into debt. Not only is Thailand unconvinced, enthusiasm on the Chinese side has also faded. With its presence at the port of Gwadar in Pakistan and the development of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, it now has an alternative route to secure its fuel supply. In addition, it has assembled a massive oil reserve and is investing heavily into solar power, which it hopes will reduce its energy dependence. Because of all these developments, it is unlikely that the Thai Canal will be constructed in the near future. Despite this, the Thai government is not giving up on its dream of uniting the two oceans and becoming a global trade hub. In November 2023, Thailand announced plans for a strategic land bridge across the Thai isthmus, which would include 2 deep-sea ports at Ranong and Chumphon, each capable of handling 20 million shipping containers per year, as well as 90 kilometers of highways, railways, and pipelines linking them together. The project, which would cost $28 billion, would create an estimated 280,000 jobs, while generating a predicted $36 billion in economic benefits. To initiate the project, Thailand is currently trying to attract investment, with the first phase planned to start in September 2025 and run until 2030, with a final completion date in 2039. Whether this land bridge or the original Thai Canal will ever be built, we will just have to wait and see. Remember to play Conflict of Nations and get an exclusive gift of 13,000 gold and 1 month of premium subscription for free. Please click the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, it would be amazing if you like and subscribe to Futurology for more videos very similar to this one. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.